In the bustling city of New York, amidst the relentless noise and the ever-present rush of life, Elizabeth found herself feeling increasingly lost. Her days were filled with meetings, the clacking of keyboards, and the constant glow of screens. Life from the outside appeared perfectly orchestrative. She was a successful consultant with a reputable firm, a circle of friends who met for weekly dinners, and a small, tidy apartment overlooking the park. Yet each night, as the city lights cast shadows across her walls, a profound sense of emptiness wrapped around her soul like a thick fog. It wasn't until a chilly evening in December, finding herself wandering the snowy paths of Central Park, that she stumbled upon a small, scarcely visited art gallery. Inside, she discovered a painting that seized her attention wholly, a depiction of a solitary figure standing at the edge of a cliff, gazing towards the horizon where the early morning sun kissed the sea with golden hues. Something within the canvas called out to her, a whisper of peace in the turmoil of her mind. She returned to the gallery every evening, spending hours before the painting, letting the colors and shapes speak to her weary heart. As winter faded and spring blossomed, Elizabeth felt a compelling urge to find the place depicted in the painting. The artist, a reclusive painter from the Isles of Greece, had captured a view from the island of Crete. On a whim, she booked a ticket, packed a small bag, and left her city life without a backward glance. Arriving in Crete, Elizabeth ventured to the exact location that had been etched in her mind. Standing on the cliff's edge, the real scene before her was even more breathtaking than its artistic rendition. The tranquil sounds of the waves, the smell of the sea air, and the warmth of the sun seemed to penetrate her very soul. Days turned into weeks, and Elizabeth found herself renting a small cottage by the sea. She spent her days exploring the natural beauty of the island, and evenings filled with conversations with locals who spoke of history, mythology, and the spiritual wisdom their land held. One evening, at a small tavern by the village square, she met an elderly woman named Eleni, who was regarded by the locals as a sage. Eleni spoke of Thalassa, the spirit of the sea, and how she believed the sea cleansed not just the body, but the soul, washing away all that was unnecessary and leaving only truth. Inspired by Eleni's words, Elizabeth began to write, initially jotting down her thoughts and experiences, gradually weaving them into stories, reflective passages, and poems that depicted her inner transformation. Months passed, and the island had worked its magic. The emptiness was no longer a fog, but a space of clarity, where Elizabeth realized that her old life had been a shell, comfortable yet confining. In her writings, she explored themes of freedom, the nature of happiness, and the intrinsic connections between the soul and the natural world. She connected her personal transformation to broader philosophies and spiritual insights, creating a tapestry of ideas that resonated with a newfound inner peace. Elizabeth never returned to New York. The island had become her home, a place where her soul had awakened. Her writings were eventually published, reaching people all over the world who found in her words a beacon for their own spiritual journeys. Back at the gallery in New York, the painting remained, now a gateway for another viewer, perhaps to find their own path toward enlightenment, much like the mysterious and transformative journey of Elizabeth, who once sought solace in the beauty of a painted horizon.